And kick this one off. Who will go to 2-0 in the group and set themselves up to control their own destiny for the bye? It is Millz taking on Drini, and Millz is going to get the ball first as Raheem Mostert takes the kick up to the 30-yard line, and that is where Millz will go on offense. Let's get to know these players a little better. Starting off with Millz, you know, what a performance he had in the first game. Looking at these abilities, it's Raheem Mostert, which is what his offense is going to run to.
Yeah, he didn't bring a quarterback to the dance. He's got that Raheem Mostert with jukebox. He's got some secure protectors. He's also got that power specialist with Frank Clark, which we know how good that is. And Millz is going to be running the ball heavy in that Oakland Raiders offensive playbook. And the Patriots defense, which you don't see a lot of, but he's going to be primarily in that 3-4 bear, bringing all the heat.
On the flip side, for the defending Madden Bowl champion, Drini, taking a look at his abilities. What he was able to do in that first game was really establish the defense. We saw a lot of lurking, a lot of picks, and a lot of balance on offense, TD.
Yeah, that hot route master. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with Eli. Eli cannot get out of the pocket. He cannot escape versus that 3-4 heavy heat, so he's going to have to stand in the pocket, make some reads. I'm interested to see how he does that. And then he's also going to be in that Oakland Raiders offensive playbook. But you can see this Evan Ingram as well, post-flag elite, in, out. And he's got 2 secure tacklers, which are going to be crucial versus Jay Millz' run-heavy attack. But like we said, in that Oakland Raiders offensive playbook, very run-heavy, but he's also balanced. And that's the question. Can he pick up that blitz in this Oakland playbook?
Well, let's get this game underway. Who will stay undefeated in the group and who will get to sweat it out in the third game of Group B action? Shout out to Twitch, YouTube, the ESPN app. You guys have been hanging out with us all day, and we continue on with Group B action. It's going to be Millz starting out on offense. It was the side of his game that, frankly, wasn't particularly impressive, only putting up 2 field goals against Kiv. Didn't really seem to have a whole lot of rhythm on the ground, but it was the defense that set everything up. And it is Eli Manning, the handoff machine. He gives it to Mostert, who's going to lose 4.
Yeah, I believe Millz had negative yards in his first win over Kiv, which is incredible that he would get negative yards and win the game. But he's really going to have to do something different this game versus Drini. Drini, an even better defensive player than Kiv, really knows how to shut down the run, and he's got those secure tacklers. So I want to see what Millz has cooked up. You know, I bet he's been preparing the last hour or so for this matchup.
Yeah, only picked up 1 first down in that game. But he didn't really need to pick up a whole lot. His defense did the talking. 2nd and 14. It's Mostert outside, trying to get to the edge, up to the 35. We'll call it the 34 and a half. Raheem Mostert sets Millz up on a 3rd and 6.
A lot of speed with that Mostert. That Mostert, like we said, has jukebox. That Mostert can also spin, so you want to get him in space as he does there, gets to the outside. Another big 3rd and 6, but we're going to see Millz stay on the ground game. Let's see if Drini can get a stop and get off the field.
It's crazy to think how much this game has changed, TD. We went back to clubs. Everybody had running back abilities. You come into the Madden Bowl and salary cap, and running back abilities are basically only found on Millz' team.
Yeah, they are. You don't really see a lot of the abilities at the running back position. You mainly just want speed at this point in the year, speed at every position, but especially at running back if you're a run-heavy player. That's exactly what Millz has done, but he also added in that jukebox, and we'll see how it does for him in this matchup on this big 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6, and got to expect Mostert's going to get the ball. That I formation, 2 wide set, 1 to each side. The tight end, Lee Smith, moving from left to right, back right to left. Give him a little cardio, and look out there, big number 72 at offensive lineman play, wide receiver. That's Mostert trying to get outside. He's got a good block. Drini's defense tackles him short of the line to gain, though. 4th and 2 upcoming, and this is a position where you typically see Millz punt.
Yeah, interesting decision here because, you know, he might think about going for this. The smart decision is to punt, but he was oddballing around a lot, trying to get Drini off balance, trying to get him in some different looks. He goes that zone weak play, gets to the outside, falls forward, but now 2 yards short. What's the play call going to be for Millz on his first drive?
It does look like he's at least going to come out in the punt formation, and Drini, he must have been watching full tracks yesterday. He goes, hold on, I've seen this one too many times. I'm not going to get fake punted on. As 4th and 2, saw that play, Dan Deerdorf playing out a wide receiver, doing a little blocking for Millz. The punt is away. It's going to go out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Now, I got to ask a question, Ty. We were looking at the abilities, and I don't know if the people in the chat had this one, but with Millz running the ball so much, he had 2 secure pass protectors. I'm confused.
Yeah, very interesting. I was wondering that too. Why does he have secure pass protectors? Maybe he must know something we don't know. Obviously, he's in the Madden Bowl. He might know that it might be something glitchy where they block better, but obviously he's not going to be passing the ball. So I'm interested to know that. If we can get that on in an interview with him and ask him maybe why he went to those secure pass protectors, because I don't have the answer as well.
I mean, in fairness, he has not been sacked once in this tournament so far. I mean, 0 dropbacks, but has not been sacked one time. You talk about the disparity in spending on his team. He spent 806 of his cap on defense, only 339 on offense. So this is really strength on strength for Millz and Drini. Drini's so comfortable offensively with Eli Manning at the helm. Hands it to Gale Sayers, trying to get outside. One of those secure tacklers, Ed Reed, brings him down, gain of 5.
Now, look, a lot of people, Millz was saying, he feels like he's a great matchup for Drini, but I kind of disagree. And that the reason is because Millz, when he's facing Drini, Drini's really smart, and he's not going to sit in the pocket and pass all game. So Millz cannot really be in that 3-4 bear all game, blitzing the whole team. Drini's going to go to these I-form formations. He's going to go to different things, and Millz is going to have to stay in like a 3-4 odd run defense. He's not going to be able to blitz the whole team versus these type of formations. So that's why I kind of feel like Drini has the advantage in that regard.
Something, he's not going to be able to blitz the whole team. Ed Reed getting to the quarterback, bringing down Eli, and putting Drini in a 3rd and long.
As I say that, he brings all the goons out of 3-4 odd, his run defense. Ed Reed comes in, and now this is where the situation occurs because it's 3rd and long. Millz is bringing the goons. He's in that 3-4 bear. What's Drini going to do? He's going to hand it off on an inside zone.
And Sayers, man, against that heavy blitz, he got to the 2nd level. I don't know about you, Ty. I was looking at that going, uh-oh, he might still be running. A nice tackle by Millz to force Drini into a punt.
Yeah, great defense right there. Drini did, like we said, Drini doesn't want to sit in the pocket versus those 8 guys coming at him. So he decides to hand it off, cut his losses, punt it. Not a great punt. Millz has pretty decent field position, but later on in the game, I think we might see Drini kind of audible to like one of those jet touch passes out of spread. I think that might have some success versus that 3-4 compressed defense.
Yeah, especially if he can get outside the edge rushers. 1st and 10 for Millz. Good field position at the 39-yard line. And his offense, it's not put up a whole lot of anything. It's been a lot of field goals because of the defense. Can he get it going? Look at Dan Deerdorf. Looking like he's 22 years old out there, moving to the left side. Mostert at the top of the eye. As the play clock runs down under 10, he'll audible. Do a little strong eye flip formation. Gives it to Mostert, trying to find some room. TD, there's just nothing there. 4 carries, 8 yards so far.
Nothing going on at all for Millz on offense. Luckily, his defense has kept him in all these games, allowing him to win that 1st game, but he's trying to audible around, get Drini out of alignment, goes from the I-form close to the I-form close slot, back to the strong close, a little off-tackle stretch, but just nothing doing.
Raheem Mostert coming off a 772-yard season last season. That backfield in San Francisco got a little less crowded with Matt Breida getting traded away. As Mostert finding nothing up the middle once again, and you start to wonder, Ty, I mean, again, it's still 0-0, but if that defense falters at all, does Millz have anything to come back with?
Yeah, he's got to find something. And Millz said, if he can score 10 points in a game he feels like he's going to win, it looks like it's going to be a struggle to get there for him. He's got to try to get at least some field goals here.
This reminds me of watching Virginia basketball. And never bet on Virginia basketball in the NCAA tournament because they seem to let you down. But Virginia's always been that team that comes into the NCAA tournament and they're scoring like 48 points a game. They're like, we're just going to play defense, and if we can get above 50, we win. Millz very much that mindset.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot in the past too. Problem right, perfect example of that. He would just play defense, run the ball, low-scoring games. Millz trying to bring that type of style into the tournament here. And now Drini going to get the ball back for another chance. It's going to be a grinded-out, low-scoring type of battle.
I would also like to point out, I was on Twitter. I saw the wrath that one great user was getting, and I would like to reiterate that the opinions and thoughts of one great user are not those of the other talent here at the Madden Championship Series. They are his and his alone. 1st down and 10. For Drini on the 19-yard line. I think he's probably looking for any sort of help. Screamer, the rookie, Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson, gets to the quarterback.
Beautiful chess match going on. Drini says, okay, I'm going to get you in your run defense. Millz realizes that, stays in his run defense, but starts to bring the goons, because Drini wants to get him in his run defense in these formations so he can pass out of them. But so Millz recognizes that, starts to bring the heat. Drini did not have anyone to pick it up. Big sack right there from Millz.
Isaiah Simmons might already be one of my favorite players in the NFL. He hasn't even gotten to Arizona yet. He donated 60,000 meals to the Phoenix area before he even has played a snap, as that's John Ross, left side, fancy feet to the 44-yard line.
What a super dot right there by Drini. Puts John Ross on the outside deep corner route and gets on the sidelines, able to click on possession catch on the sideline. Beautiful play right there by Drini. He picked up the blitz perfectly.
A little toe tap on the sidelines reminded me of Santonio Holmes and the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. Just no room on the sidelines. Keep those feet in bounds. Quick throw to the flat. It's caught by Hollywood Brown to the 48-yard line. Give him 6 on the play. And this is what Kiv was, you know, an offensive game that he wasn't really doing a whole lot, but those quick flat routes worked against this blitz.
Yeah, those are the things that you're going to be able to do. I love the play call by Drini as he gets the stretch. Going to have some space here. Nice spin. Gets to the first down. But that play previous, he had a little corner out flat combo. Millz saw the corner out, so Drini just threw it to the flat outside. He had him in a deep quarter, so easy completion for Drini. A nice run right there.
And there's Gale Sayers outside. He'll lose a couple. Sayers famously said to his offensive line, just give me 18 inches of daylight and that's all I need. And we have seen the explosiveness from Sayers. A couple of the teams, a couple of the players coming into the Madden Bowl with Gale Sayers at halfback, and he has certainly been a star. Outside run, the blocking is good. He's up past the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Drini, 5 yards of carry. That's something to talk about against Millz.
Millz going back to that 3-4 bear, and it's not great run defense. The outsides are wide open when he's in that 3-4 bear. Drini runs a little stretch, gets to the outside, picks up a nice gain. A big 3rd and 5 here. If you're Millz, you got to hold him to 3.
Into the shotgun. First times we've seen Drini work out of the shotgun in that tight slot, so we saw him use it a couple times against Mo. Again, both these players 1-0. Remember, top 3 move on out of the groups. The number 1 ranked player gets the bye. The other 2 have to fight it out in the wild card round as Sayers fighting forward, gets the 29-yard line. It's 4th down and 1, and decision time for Drini. He looks like he's going to bring the offense back out on the field.
Looks like he's going to go for it, and this is unlike Drini. He usually is very conservative, takes his points in the red zone, but he wants to come out here, assert his dominance. This is a big play in the game, and he's going to call a timeout.
I thought he was going to call a timeout and go, you know what, I'm second think. It's a little second thought. Maybe not bring the offense on the field. Nah, he just brought out the shotgun. He goes, hold on, I got a better play. 4th down and 1, nearing the 2-minute warning in a scoreless game in Group B. Cribbs split out wide right. Dropping back, he's got Ingram wide open. Nobody on top of Evan Ingram, and he'll get to the 13-yard line. You can't forget about the New York Giant tight end.
Just an awesome dot right there by Drini. Millz bringing the heat again, ran to the right side to lurk. Drini had a little flat corner out combo to the left side, and the corner out was wide open for a big 1st down.
2-minute warning. How about the pickup on 4th and 1? Drini goes to the pass, and that's really what Drini brings to the table. It's that balance. You can't assume he's going to run the ball. You can't assume he's going to pass the ball. You got to play both sides of the coin. Gale Sayers at the top of the eye, as it's going to be a stretch run right side. And look at Calvin Johnson getting in there for the tackle. Isaiah Simmons is there as well. 3rd and 8, big play for the defense.
Yeah, looked like Drini had the outside, but Jay Millz with some great stick work to get his user out there to make a big tackle. That's a very difficult play to make. One-on-one in the open field, all that speed with Sayers, and Millz makes a great defensive play. Now we got a big 3rd and 8.
Seems like we always talk about offensive stick work, but man, there's something to be said, Ty, about having a good defensive stick.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, look at the move. Stop and go from Gale Sayers, and he's going to find his way to the end zone. Galloping Gale on the edge.
Speaking of stick work, Drini shows it off on the offensive side on that stretch call to the outside. What a play, what a run by Drini to go up 7-0.
Just a little break check, and go. Hit fourth gear quickly and found the end zone. The first touchdown of any game with Millz in it. It goes to Drini, who takes a 7-0 lead late in the first half as Mostert out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Let's take a look at this Snickers replay one more time. TD, it's absolutely sticky.
Man, that was just nasty. He just waited for his block to set up, just stopped right there, went to the outside, easy touchdown, untouched. Wow, that was nasty.
1st and 10 for Millz. He's hoping he can get a little sticky with the run game. Hands it to Mostert right side. Trying to utilize that jukebox, but again, patient defense from Drini. You don't see him risking it with hit sticks.
Yeah, nice little halfback dive right there. He's going to go back to the halfback dive again. I think he found something here. Got a nice little seam up the middle.
As we mentioned, all the players that he's labbed with, Boogs, Clef, Rage, all here at the Madden Bowl. Kretobin, former Madden belt winner, won the challenge last year. IB Strafen came up with a second place finish at the clubs last year. Prodigy won DreamHack this year. I mean, Drini does not lab with chumps, Ty. He's looking for the best to lab with.
Oh, without a doubt, Drini plays with some of the best in the world. But don't forget Millz. I mean, this is a guy in that EMB crew, one of the top crews in the world. And Millz, obviously, you know, people saying the underdog in this group. But look, Millz came in 4th in the Madden Classic. I think a lot of people are forgetting about that. He won the Houston Texans Club Series. He's had a great year. But the man that eliminated him in that club championship was Drini.
He's looking to not have a repeat performance in that game. It was only 14-10, a close loss for Millz in the round of 32 as he qualified as the Texans club champion and barely got an opportunity to play on the big stage. It's never good when you match up in single elimination with a guy who has the defending Madden Bowl champion, has 2 belts under him.
Yeah, you know, and he's arguably already top 5 all-time, definitely in that top 10 category. 2 belts. You almost have a 3rd, losing to Voltrax in the finals. You got to think he's on his way to possibly get another one soon at the age of only 20 years old. As Millz gets a nice run to the outside, but he's got to be careful here. There's not a lot of time. He didn't get out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a major shoestring tackle for Drini to keep him in bounds and keep that clock running. Warming up the hands. He's going to bring out the field goal unit. He has Zane Gonzalez, a good kicker. There's a 59-yard attempt from the left hash mark to make it 7-3 at the half. Ball is down, the kick is up. Does it have the leg? It does indeed. That's why you bring a kicker to the party. 7-3 the score here at halftime. And man, it's exactly what we expected, Ty. It is defensive battle, lot of running from Millz, and Drini able to put the first touchdown on the board.
Yeah, it's a grinded out type of game. Drini with that touchdown has been the difference, but Millz right there with a big field goal. That was pretty clutch. You know, he brought that 95 overall Zane Gonzalez. Pays off, hits a 59-yarder, and we got a 7-3 battle.
Yep, 7-3 is the score here at halftime. Plenty of time. Who knows where this will go? Guys, we're just beginning group play, but a week from this Saturday, make sure to tune into ESPN2 for live coverage of the semifinals and finals of the Madden NFL 20 Bowl. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, May 16th, as we hand over the belt to our new Madden Bowl champion in front of a national TV audience on ESPN2. Don't miss it. So cool seeing Madden on ESPN2 as we take a look at most major appearances. Kiv, Joke, Boogs, and look at Drini TD at only 20 years old. He's in 4th with 9.
Yeah, crazy. Only 20 years old, 9 appearances, already 2 belts. I mean, it's so hard to make these events. People don't understand that, so to make so many is just so impressive.
All right, TD, I just got the inside scoop. All right, my guy shot me a little text during the game. My guy Zan Madden. He says that secure protector on the offensive line, it helps counter run stopping abilities. So it's just a way to counter some of the defensive abilities brought by the other team. It's good to know.
Very interesting. So that, yeah, good to know. And I mean, that's probably Millz why he brought it to the dance. Let's see if he can get off the field though here on defense. Drini gonna start to use some clock, play ball control offense.
Big shout out to my guy Zan with the clutch assist via cell phone as trying to find some room left side with Gale Sayers. 3rd and 3, and if Millz wants to get a little momentum, this is an opportunity to get off the field perchance on the first drive of the second half. Back into that I formation. John Ross split to the left, Hollywood Brown to the right, stretch run right side, Gale Sayers. Calvin Johnson trying to run down Sayers, and he can't get there. You cannot run down Gale Sayers from behind.
Oh, Millz so close, but yet so far. He couldn't click on and get that tackle. You can see he's very upset about it. And just too much speed getting the outside with that Gale Sayers. He gets a big first down. Millz is disgusted by it.
Talk about one of the biggest changes in Madden 20 that I don't think people talk about. The changing of tackle angles and getting rid of some of those suction-y tackles. I mean, it makes defense that much more important to have as we talk about that defensive stick.
Oh, definitely. Look for Drini to go to that jet touch pass here. Can have some success. First that 3-4 bear, but Millz counters it, moves his linebackers out. Great chess match going on here.
Pre-play adjustments are where this game is made, where you really see these guys be, you know, the best in the world. Just trying to change up the play, show some different looks, ends up giving the inside zone to Sayers and only gets 2.
That's the beauty of competitive Madden. That's why you tune in, to see the adjustments these guys are making. It's not about just coming out calling a play. You need to be adjusting on the fly, seeing what your opponent's doing, and then reversing. So you saw Drini, once he moved his linebackers out, Drini automatically audible back to a compressed set to run that inside zone.
Screamer off the edge. That time, it's Jerome Baker, the linebacker from Miami, with the sack. 3rd time Millz is able to get to Eli Manning.
Man, I'm so impressed with Millz' defense, but he's always been like this. He always kind of has that glitchy blitz. Millz is going to bring the goons. He's going to bring the dogs every year. He's never going to play coverage defense, and no one has an answer for it, really, when they have to pass. Drini has a smart game plan, you know, being very balanced, but if another passer goes up against Millz, it's going to be very scary.
And do a little spread formation. It looks like he's trying to run this little jet pop pass. And he said if he can get outside the edge, you can forget about it. But Jerome Baker says, you're not getting around me.
Just great adjustments right there by Millz. Drini tried to go to that jet touch pass to get to the outside. Millz moved his linebackers out, was ready with his user, and that linebacker came in clean, got a big stop, and he's going to get the ball back now.
Unfortunately for Millz, what does he have to do offensively? Because it has not been pretty in either of these first 2 games, even though he's sitting there at 1-0.
Yeah, it's really tough without a quarterback, man. Drini's so sound defensively, especially versus the run. He's going to have to find something. That dive's had a little bit of success, but not right there. Calvin Johnson coming through with a big tackle.
I think if I look in my books, and yeah, Calvin Johnson didn't have a lot of tackles in his NFL career, but he's making plays defensively at linebacker here for Drini as Mostert tries to get outside using that jukebox, but once again only going to pick up 1. It's like running through molasses out here.
Yeah, it's getting tough out there, but I think Millz, he kind of, like, when he runs that dive, he sees a little hole, and I think he's trying to go back to it, thinking he can make something happen. He hasn't had any success with any other runs. We'll see what he goes to on a 3rd and 9 now. He's got to get a first down.
Both these players control their own destiny in terms of getting the bye. 2 wins, they secure it. They're undefeated. And right now, this game very much in question. But, you know, being a professional player, there's nothing better than being in control of your own destiny, right? Not having to rely on other people.
Without a doubt. Whoever can go 2-0 here is in a perfect position to get that bye. And if you can get that bye, you're at such an advantage going into this tournament. You already guarantee yourself a spot in the quarterfinals. So this game is big, and coming out of here winning this group is huge for your momentum and your confidence going forward.
Remember, the next 2 games will be played simultaneously. We'll have the feature match here on stream and highlights of the other game. You can get all the VODs, including that game that's not shown. Here's our feature match over on the Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube. So don't forget about that one. It's Drini versus Kiv and Millz versus Mo in our final games. Handoff Sayers outside. He had 1 guy to beat, and Ed Reed said, you ain't beating me.
Man, Millz is living life on the edge back there. It seems like it's always a one-on-one situation, but his stick work has been good enough, and he's able to tackle him for a decent gain. But Drini, you know, in control of the game right now. Well,
We started halftime, it was a 7-3 score. And we get to the start of the fourth quarter. It's still a 7-3 score. The defenses, the story of this game, just feels like Drini with that 4-point lead. It's not exactly a monumental lead, but he has been in firm control. Guys, it's time to head to the fourth quarter, presented by Creamy Snickers. You're not smooth when you're hungry.
Oh, no, pressure on me.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zeros.
Try this Creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and Creamy Snickers.
7-3 our score heading to the fourth quarter, and you know, Tyler Davis, it feels like Drini with the ball right now, and the way that his defense has played against Millz, he's in control. It almost feels like he has a double-digit lead.
Yeah, it does. Whenever you have ball in the fourth quarter, up in the lead, up 4 here, you're definitely in control. Drini just needs to get a couple first downs, use some of this clock. Even if he can get into field goal range with about 2 minutes left, he'll be in a good position.
We're talking with Drini about his keys to the game. He said, I know it's cliche, but at the end of the day, you got to play stellar pass and run defense, because defense wins championships. And so far, his defense has forced 4 turnovers against Mo, and it's held Millz here to only 3 points. 3rd and 4. Stretch run to Sayers. Johnson out there. He got caught on his tackle right there. And because of that, Drini's going to be forced to punt it away, and Millz with another opportunity to drive down and take the lead.
I am so impressed with Millz' defensive stick work. If Drini's running these runs versus any average type of player or even a decent player, he's going to have a million touchdowns. He would probably be up 28-3 right now because he has one-on-one situations every time. But Millz' stick work, being able to tackle him one-on-one, getting that secure tackler ability, that's why you pay that cap for it, has been huge for him. He's been able to make some big tackles to keep him in the game.
I'm not going to lie, Tyler. I feel attacked from that comment. A million touchdowns? I feel like I could hold him to a couple 100,000, okay? I feel attacked. Mostert trying to get outside. Mostert takes a big hit in the middle. Nowhere to go.
Man, Millz has had no offense this whole tournament. It's crazy how good his defense is that allows him to stay in these games, because he is not getting anything going. He didn't bring a quarterback. He's prepared to run the ball every play and just nothing going.
This Eli Manning, very different from the Eli Manning being run by Drini. And Ty, welcome to the joy of Ultimate Team. You can have the same player on each side, and yet they're completely different ratings.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Ultimate Team. The beauty here is salary cap, building your team around your strengths. Drini, you know, very balanced, but has a stacked defense, and his run defense has been unstoppable.
Mostert outside, and he's got some room. Can he get away from Calvin Johnson? Megatron doesn't even look like he's running hard out there, and he ran down Raheem Mostert, the first big run of Millz in this game.
Finally, the play Millz needed. He cooks it up when he needed it. A little stretch to the outside. No one out there on the outside for Drini, and Millz gets a big first down, and he's in business.
Can he? Drini not happy with what happened there. Ty, what you hearing?
It sounds like Drini can't pick a play. His controller is frozen, so it glitched where he couldn't even run over with his user, is what he sounds like he's saying, and now is not letting him pick a play on defense. His controller's stuck, so he looks like he's trying to unplug it, plug it back in, but as you can see, he's not in the right defense. He doesn't have anything set up.
This Bad News Bears is Franco Harris with a carry. And
hey, look, Millz is going to hurry up offense. This is competitive Madden. Millz has the advantage right now, and he's not able to capitalize. Drini is in a computer-pick defense. Millz recognized it, went with the hurry-up, but he couldn't take advantage of it.
Welcome to online play. These guys playing at home. I don't know if I've ever seen stock CPU plays get picked and still get stops. It's still a 3rd and 7, and you know, users in the back, I'm getting told that he's saying, pause the game, Drini, what are you doing?
That's what I was thinking. Why didn't he pause? I don't know what. I don't think he could pause, though. I think his controller was stuck. But look we're playing in a big tournament here. Millz recognized that. He's going to take advantage. I mean, it is what it is, but he wasn't able to capitalize. So Drini's back in his regular defense now, 4th and 7, and Millz has to go for this. You can't really kick 3, so I mean, Millz just had a huge advantage, and he couldn't do anything about it. Just craziness going on right now. But it looks like he's going to take his points with 2 minutes to go.
I'm just in. Are we watching Controller Gate 2020? What is going on? How can we talk about the play of the CPU called defense by Drini? If that's not skill, I don't know what is.
The computer ask Madden type defense works for Drini. It could help him go to 2-0. I mean, who would have thought? The crazy, we see all types of crazy stuff here at the Madden Bowl. Oh my goodness.
There's a reason why his name is on the game. John Madden coming down with the clutch defensive calls for Drini. 1st and 10, 3 timeouts from Millz, and he's down by 1, needing to step up defensively. Looks like Drini's controller back online, back rolling. As Brown in motion from right to left. Manning dropping back to pass. Looks left side, that's John Ross with the catch. He'll pick up 6.
Nice little dot right there goes. He only had 2 routes on the field, Max protecting. And I think Millz was a little more as confused as Drini was when Drini came out in that stock defense. I think Millz froze up a little bit, didn't know what to call. But here, a big 2nd and 4 for Drini. It looks like he's going to stay with the passing attack and try to end this game.
Yesterday we had the run commit heard around the world. Today we got Controller Gate. It's mayhem here at the Madden Bowl. This is why we watch 2nd and 4. I formation for Drini. Gale Sayers probably going to get the ball here. Stretch run, right side, follows his blockers, following the big beef up ahead. He'll get to the 28-yard line, and he will pick up the 1st down.
And that'll do it. Drini falls forward. Millz thought he was short, so he called a timeout. If Millz didn't call that timeout, he might have had still some life, a little time left, but he fell forward for the 1st. Millz used his timeout not knowing, and Drini's going to seal the win.
I wonder if Drini's on conservative here. Because the last thing you want to do handing this ball off is take a big hit and fumble it. Gale Sayers at the top of the eye. Not a lot of passing. I believe only 5 pass attempts for Drini in this game. As Sayers gets to the edge, and Ed Reed's going to bring him down. The last man to beat, and you see Drini going, I had a touchdown there.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. He could have added on to his point total. He's had a lot of those one-on-ones, like we said, but Millz with great stick work, but a little too late. Drini able to run all this clock down now. So, wow, what a game. It was a real chess match, a defensive battle, and we had Controller Gate 2020, but a lot of things went down. Even though it was a low-scoring game, we had a lot of action in this matchup.
The clutch CPU defense. Millz, I mean, essentially, if I'm counting right, did he have 3 plays against stock defenses?
I believe it was 2, but it might have been 3. I think it was 2. I think Millz was even more confused than Drini was.
Oh, you know Millz.
Yeah.
Millz is looking, going, all right, he's making no adjustments, and he's coming out stock. Is this a new strategy? Did I miss something? Was this in the lab? 1 timeout remaining for Millz, and a 1st down will officially seal it. I think it may have been sealed for sure, so we go there. Drini now 2-0, and he matches up with an old familiar rival in the final game of Group B. Drini versus Kiv. Drini with a win will lock down the bye. Talk about an instant classic in the works, Ty.
Yeah, what a great matchup. Drini, like we know from Drini, doesn't really do a lot, but does just enough. Always finds a way to win. And coming up, we got Drini, Young Kiv rematch, a Madden 18 Bowl championship. Wow, I cannot wait for this matchup.
Absolutely insane. On the other side, you get Mo taking on Millz. You know, Mo's still alive if he can find a way to beat Millz. And they stay tied for that final spot at 1 and 2. If Drini's able to win, Mo gets in over Millz. What a crazy game. We had a little bit of everything. Tyler Davis, 7-6. Drini with the win moves to 2-0 in the group. And you see that little head shake. I think he thinks he got a little fortunate at the end when his controller went haywire.
Yeah, controller gate 2020, but Drini's able to capitalize. He's able to pull through an impressive performance. Drini does just enough, and now it's getting interesting. We're going to see how these points come into play with these last games.